Hello everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever. The last episode we extended the passenger route up to New York after some deliberations, and we set up this little food network here, and that's eaten up pretty much all our finances. If we look down here, we've got a 7 million loan out. 10 I think is the maximum. Yeah, 10 is the maximum we can have. So we can't really afford to do anything too crazy. I'll just get time going. We can't afford to do anything too crazy because we're not going to have the funds to pay for it. So really just looking for like a quick win that will gain us some money in the short term and maybe build out in the long term. So I've been looking around, and I think what we're going to do is hook up this stone here to the construction materials factory here, and then we're going to be able to deliver the construction materials, which is industry, to New York and to Philadelphia. It's less than ideal. We've got to go over these mountains here a little bit, but it's not going to cost us a great deal of funds, and it should make us good money. So we're going to do that. So we're going to cut this line down a little bit because the road goes up to Buffalo and then down to the construction yard. So ideally we could do with cutting this across the hills here, which, like I said, less than ideal, but I think we're going to have to do it to at least make it possible to get the trucks there. So we're going to just do a little shortcut over here, and I'm going to avoid using a tunnel because we don't have the money really for it at the moment. So let's have a look. We'll see how much this costs us, but I don't really want to build a bridge, so we'll just curve it around here and then see if we can curve it back onto the track. So we're going to have to do some road works, I think, because the elevation changed too much. So let's borrow some more money. We'll borrow that much. Well, that should be enough really to finish it off. We only need to build 2 depots and buy some trucks after this, so it shouldn't get too expensive. I want to try cut off though as much as we can. Yeah, do you know what? We'll just pay that. It wasn't too bad, and then we'll connect this up down here. So that's sped up the route. As you can see, it's probably half as long, and will help speed up the deliveries here, especially because we're early in the game. It's still only 1856. We've still only got those wagons, so they're extremely slow at the best of times. So deliberate mistake. I have put a passenger terminal in there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a truck terminal, a truck stop. So let's try that again. There we go. I always do that. So let's have a look for another one. If we go in the right menu, and here we go. So yeah, and then we'll put another depot on here. We'll just put it in the middle because trucks are going to go both ways. They're going to move the stone down to here, and then we'll have 2 routes between the 2 cities. So we'll just leave it there. And now we will put a depot up here somewhere. We'll put it over here because it's a bit flatter, so it shouldn't cost us a great deal. He says, as it costs twice as much as usual. That'll do. It's only 17,000. So yeah, now we'll build these lines. So we're going to have one that runs from here to here, and that is going to be, let's call it New York State Stone Shuttle. No, Stone Delivery. As this is pretty much all New York State, I believe. My geography might be wrong, but it'll keep it easy for me to know whereabouts on the map that is in the future. And then we need to just put some of those stops down. And again, we'll use these drop-off points just because, especially New York, I don't really have the space to afford a proper set down, so we'll just use these again. What I might do is go here, and there is some commercial. Oh, actually, best just double check what it is before I do it wrong. Okay, it's construction materials, so it's actually industry. So good job I checked, because I was going to place it in commercial. So that makes it easier because all our industry is in one place. So I think we'll put it there. And then, yeah, that covers all our industry with one spot. And then we'll do the same down here. And again, they've been helpful to us here and put all the industry in one place. Let's just see if we can get all of this in one go. We can't, but I think this is going to be... Oh, there we go. Oh, we can. If we place it here, which is less than ideal, as they won't really... They'll turn around at this junction here, actually, so I usually try to keep them away from the bus routes, but I don't think that's going to really work at the moment. Yeah, all these other ones, I'm going to have to build two if I do that, so we'll put it there. We might move it in the future. We'll see what the AI does with these roads. If it builds this road across here and demolishes that house for us, saves us some money, I'll probably move it onto that road because it won't be as busy. But for now, that will do. So here we go. Now we can build this line. So we want to go from here to here to West Street, and then yeah, he's going to turn around here. It'll do. It will do. So this is Philadelphia. So we'll go with Philadelphia. I'm going to call it brick. I know it's construction materials, but that's too long to fit in the boxes here. So that will do that. And then we just need to do the other route as well. So go from here over to our stop in New York. And we will call that one New York City brick delivery. There we go. That's those two done. Nice and easy routes. So as you can see, it's going to bring in here. They're just going to shuttle the raw materials, and then these guys are going to do these other bits here. So yeah. Now we've only got one track here. I was going to put some signals in, but it's not going to work because there's only one track anyway. So yeah, we've got those in. So let's get some trucks. I say trucks, horse wagons, because we've still only got these. Only carry 4. I think the next one carries 5 and is a little bit faster, so hopefully we'll get those soon. I can't remember off the top of my head the year they arrive, but these will do for now. So we'll put 6 on there. We might put more, because it is a long distance still. We might go up to 10. We'll see how they manage. We'll let it build up a little bit first, and then do it. And then we'll buy the trucks for the other 2 routes. Now we are only going to put 2 on there on each route, just to get the AI to pick up that it's a future route that we want to do. But it's going to be at least a year before there's any bricks for them to, construction materials for them to pick up. So I'm not going to put a load of trucks on there, because then we're just paying for nothing basically. So let's put those ones on the Philadelphia brick, and we'll put these 2 on the New York City brick. There we go. I'm just going to rename this so we makes it easier to find in the future. New York State Materials Plant. Didn't even really change the title that much, but it'll just make it a bit easier maybe in the future for me to remember if we use another one somewhere close. I'll know where that one is. So yeah, that did use some of our funds. Let's pay back the amount we have left. So we still have 2 million, but I think we'll keep that a little bit. We're going to speed up time just to give these guys an opportunity to get that route working. Well, it's already triggered it down here, so I think they changed it recently. Before, you had to complete a route in its entirety once for it to trigger the system to know what you were going to do. I think that either changed or I misunderstood it. I think now once it hits the 1st of a month, it refreshes the lines and picks up any new ones that you've started. So either way, it seems faster than before. So let's rename this guy Stone Depot, if I can spell right. There we go. And then they're just going to start doing this little route. So there's already 27 here, and these only carry 4. So we've got what, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So we've only got 24 capacity, and there's already 30 in there. So I'm just going to throw on some more anyway now. So let's put another 4 on there. Like I say, this is less than ideal. Ideally, I would put a train across here, and you know, it would have made it a lot faster, a lot easier. But if let's just have a see how much that would cost roughly. So just doing it straight, which we wouldn't, we'd probably snake it over the top rather than building tunnels. You know, it's 2.5 million for a similar distance rail track. You know, when we do change it, we'll probably sneak it over and along the top, but with us only having the base train at the moment, it's just so much cheaper to use trucks. It's less efficient, but it's going to make us money, so it's not a massive issue. So yeah, that'll start bedding in. So just whilst we've got a little bit of money, let's have a look around everything else we've done. There's some passengers waiting here. Got 25. A few more here. So New York's already starting to build up the passengers. So we only originally put 3 on there. Here we go. We've got the 440 The General. That is the next train that's available for us. Did we have the depot? Yeah, we did. We had the depot down here. So if we have a look at this one, the Baldwin says it's pretty bad. 25 miles an hour. It's cheap to run, which is good, but you know, overall it's pretty terrible. This one's only a little bit faster, so it's only 3 faster, but it's got twice the power. It does cost twice as much for the running costs, but you know, you can see if we put this on our passenger route here, we'd be able to put, you know, another 1, maybe another 2 passenger carriages on there, and it wouldn't slow it down. So you know, that is something we will want to try and do pretty quick, because this is already up to 48, and in Philadelphia we've got 55 wanting to go to Washington, 21 going to New York, and that train's already left full, so there's another 20 he could have taken if he had the capacity. And then in New York we've already got 42, so which is the capacity. So for now we're doing okay, but we did only just open up New York, so you know, that's going to quickly get full, is this train. So you know, it's something that we will have to look to upgrade sooner rather than later, just because it's such easier money. You know, we'll upgrade it, it'll cost us up front, but then it will make us a lot more money and help us fund these different projects that we want to do. So let's have a look at this goods line we set up as well. There's plenty of food. There's 41 for Philadelphia, 20 for Washington. So you know, we've got a lot of extra capacity in here. Now what we'll check is, before we put some more trucks on there, I'm just going to check Washington. So it's not even half of the maximum it will take. And it's a 5% for Philadelphia, so that means we haven't got enough trucks for Philadelphia for sure, because it's only 5%, but it has recently upgraded to 113, but even so, it's still very low. So another easy win for us is just put some more capacity on this line, which was Philadelphia food, and then we'll only put another 2 down to Washington. It's a little bit nearer, so I don't want to flood it with wagons. But that will do for now. As you can see, it's filling out quite nicely. It's a very round city for America, but you know, it's keeping all the residential here on this side, and all our industry is on this side, which is you know, the opposite of what we would have liked. We would have liked the station over here to speed things up, but realistically, it would have had to snake round the town so much it would have ended up slowing down the route. So we'll just have to make sure we build a good, keep this internal commuter route running well to keep pushing the people around. And our trains are working out well. Like I said, I didn't double track all this, and it's working out okay because they're basically on alternate sides of the track now, so that's working out well. There's a lot of stone here, so we're already up to 100, so it's picked up the amount of demand that these two have got. This one has 81 demand, Philadelphia has 108, so there's 200 demand between them, so you can see why it's already stockpiling materials for us. There's a lot of here, so we're going to add 2 more on there. Philadelphia brick. There we go. So, you know, this will help us start making some money so we can start stockpiling some funds. So we're going to repay that 500, get down these loan interest payments. And just whilst we're waiting for all that to update, let's just have a check on what the lines are doing. Sorted by money. So we're doing pretty well here. We've only got 3 lines that aren't making money. 2 of them are the new lines for the construction delivery, which I didn't think would make money already just because of the distance involved. And then we've got the commuter routes, which again, it's usually quite a struggle to get them to make any money. So, you know, the fact they're almost breaking even, and combined they are breaking even, I'm happy enough with that. And then these top ones already, see the stone delivery is our second most profitable line already, and we've only just started it, so it was definitely a good thing to set up. It'll make back the money it cost us quickly, so that's great. So it's still going to leave time running quite quick so we can, like I say, build up these funds and try have something so we can do another expansion soon. But for now it's doing quite well because we've got the commercial and the industry, Philadelphia and New York, and it should hopefully grow very quickly. So just once that's doing that, let's see what else we could do around here. Again, something that'd be quite cheap, so I'm not looking for anything that's going to be crazy expensive for us to fund. See, these are quite close, these 3 here. St. Louis to Chicago. Now what I might do is just put some carriages on here. Just do a little passenger road route between these two because they're quite close, so it'll make us money. It won't make us a great deal of money, but it'll make us a little bit, and we'll give it a test anyway. We'll use this as a little trial as to how well it would do. And look at this, we can use one stop to cover all of St. Louis, so we're going to put it here as it covers everything, and then we'll go up to Chicago. We'll probably be able to do the same thing. Nearly. Oh, do you know what? I didn't look at which ones were residential. That would help. So if we do one stop here, and then we'll put another one in over here somewhere. There we go. We'll do that. Like I said, we'll just use this as basically a little trial run of how much these little routes will make us. The carriages, like I said, are very slow, the horse-drawn ones, and they only carry 4 people. But you know, I've not done one of these for a while, so we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't make us any money, it's not cost us a lot of money to attempt. So you know, why not? We'll give it a risk. It is a bit of a distance, but it's not crazy far. So let's call this the Chicago to St. Louis. Well, it's not the express, is it? So let's do it for intercity test. We'll call it that because then we know what it is straight away. And we'll see how it does. If it does us pretty good money, we'll put some more capacity into it. it'll help grow these cities for so when we eventually get here, which will be a way off yet, they will have grown a little bit. And again, there's some more food and cattle here, so we could build a little truck network and just leave this be. Really, we could build that out and then just leave it, and it will slowly grow. And then when we connect it up to the rest of the network, it'll be ready for us to basically continue. So let's just get these trucks. Not horse wagons, carriages. We want to carry people, preferably not just thrown in the back of one of these. You know, got to look after them. Okay, something big did a delivery there, so we've got some more money. Let's put 6 on there, and we'll see how it goes. There we go. Put them on the test route. There you go, guys. Make some money. It's a bit of a travel. Hopefully there's no highway bandits or anything like that in between or hanging out at the goods factory. But like I say, it'll make us some money. We'll see how much it does, and we'll leave that be. And then we'll, we can hook up this food as well. Actually, we'll do that now. We'll do that now before I forget, and then we can just leave it on its own merry way. So let's get some. If I find the right menu, there we go. Truck stop. Make sure it highlights the buildings so it's picked up. There we go. And then the same up here. We've run out of money. Go back to the bank manager, borrow some money. Slow down time actually whilst we're doing this. There. And then we'll put those little stops in again. So it's food, so that is commercial. Yeah, shopping facilities. So let's put that stop in down here. Put it on this little side road here, so it's again it's keeping out of the way of everything else. And same here, I think. So St. Louis is going to grow pretty nicely. It should fill out the rest of this peninsula thing here. Similar to New York, we might have to get a station in there if we spot it growing very quickly to claim our spot. Ideally, where these 2 roads are, probably put it here, so then we can go down to Kansas in the end. But we'll just keep an eye on it. See how it goes. So we'll build out these lines as well. So where was it? It was here. That's going to be food up, grain or cattle up to food. So that's going to be, let's call it the Chicago cattle run. And then the same as the other one basically is going to be here. That's 2 very close shades of mint green. So let's change this one up a little bit to red, keep it a bit more easily visible. And that was our stop there. So let's call this one Chicago Food Shuttle. Yeah, delivery, that's what we were calling them. Turn that off, and then the last route from here to here. Again with the green, it must be a popular colour in these regions. And this one is going to be St. Louis. That's STL food delivery. There we go. Again, this one we could do this one with a train in the end. We could run a train from here up to here, and then have maybe a train that kind of went into Chicago and then a train that came down to St. Louis as maybe just like one route, so it wasn't, costing us 3 trains. But again, they're very close. It would make us more money, but again, at this point we don't have the funds anyway, so we'll just do it this cheap and cheerful way. So some horse wagons. We're gonna put 6 on the main food, the main grain delivery, the cattle run even. That's what we called it. And then again, we're gonna we'll put 3 in there for now. We're gonna have to upgrade it again, but just so the system starts building out. And this one was St. Louis, wasn't it? There we go. There we go. Again, that didn't really cost us much money to set up, and it will make us money. So love it and leave it over there, and we'll just keep an eye on it every so often, just to make sure and see how it's doing. I think that will probably wrap it up for this episode. We've done a little bit, set up those two goods routes, which are gonna help grow everything. Next one, we'll probably go back to passengers and see what else we can do, or maybe get adventurous and see if there's any boat routes, because we've got an oil facility up here. So I don't know if we've got any actual oil anywhere. I think this is quite a semi-realistic placed map, so yeah, all the oil is down here, which I could put a ship route, but it would take it about 6 years to deliver it. So I don't think we will do that in the short term. In the long term, I think I'll set it up just because it'd be quite kind of cool. But I'm just going to see if there's any oil at the top of the map. No, there really isn't. So yeah, we're going to have to do that in the end anyway. There's a lot of forestry on the west coast, obviously, and some food. Yeah, that is the only oil on the map, so that's going to be pretty cool in the end, because we're going to have to use all these oil here to sort of fuel, as it were, the rest of the map for those plastics and things like that. So that's going to be quite interesting, to the logistics of sorting that out. But that scuppers that plan, but I'll have something else instead, and we'll see how we keep going. So same as before, if you've got any feedback, do let me know. Any ideas you've got, if you spotted any deliberate mistakes, or just any general feedback. So thanks for tuning in, and I shall see you next time.